Your world. So it's Colour Your World and it is August. So hi, hello and welcome. If you're new here, feel free to join in with Colour Your World anytime at all that you like, and also subscribe because it really helps. And yes, so I'm just going to give people a couple of minutes to come in, and in the meantime I'll tell you that I am obsessed with crafts. I love all kinds of crafts, from mixed media to card making to journal making to resin to plaster to paper mache to clay. I love it all, and I do a bit of everything on here. Most of it is paper crafts though, because I do love it, and I am ready to make a journal. I have it all together ready to go, so we'll either do that on Tuesday or next Sunday. Sunday might be better because we'll have more time. I'm going to skip Thursday for the time being because somehow by Thursday I'm just like a zombie and I've been missing it lately, but I'm hoping to come back to it. So hi Kim, hi Val. So Colour Your World is a art craft inspiration that is in its third year. This is the third year that I've been doing it for. I am live on the first Sunday of every month with my take on the inspiration. It has a colour and a prompt for every month, and it is an opt-in, opt-out. There's no pressure. If you want to share what you make, that would be great. If you don't, then you don't have to. It's just trying to get people out of the comfort zones, trying something new, maybe using colours, maybe even finding new technique. This year in places I've been adding little techniques in. We did abstract expressionism, we've done collage, and I'm trying to add them all to a playlist. I'll go back and check after this that I've added the last few. So hi Lainey, hi Val, hi Jane. I think I just said hi Val. So this month it is August and the colours are warm tones. So for that, I found 3 Pantone colours that are warm, and one of them is 2027C, which is like a peachy red, orangey red. It's quite bright. And then it was 2029C, which is like a dark salmony orange, but more reddy salmony orange. And then there's 1625C, which is more like a portrait skin tone, but slightly more orange, like a very light salmon orange. And the theme is golden hour, which is themes of light, sunsets, summer warmth. So basically it's just all about warmth and summer. So I thought golden hour, I went straight to time. Obviously sunset is a time. Hi Stephanie. And I've got this clock. I think you might remember I made out of resin and I hated it. When I trimmed it, it all went wrong. It was all uneven. I just hated it so much. So what I've done is I've turned it over and I've given it a coat of a shellac primer, so it will not come off. And what we're going to do is we're going to use acrylic paints and we're going to turn it into something I hate less. The back is still quite pretty. It was this side I didn't like. But round here, I'm thinking maybe I could somehow work out how to add some lights around it. Maybe it's not this time. I might have to come back to that because I couldn't find the lights because I had them in my hand and they weren't there anymore. So that is the plan. So I've got acrylics, I've got the resin clock, which we are going to paint. I do want to show you this when we're on the theme of summer, and I'm very proud of it. I have showed a couple of people. My resin ice lolly is melting in a frame. How cute is that? I love it so much. The frame was a bit battered and bruised, so what I did was I just added white texture paste and then painted it. And I think it looks really cool. What I would like your opinion on though, if you wouldn't mind commenting after the live, so I see them, because I can't see the live chat during after the live, is would you think the frame would look better in a different colour? Because the background's very white. So if you wait till after the live, also give us a thumbs up because that helps. Would you like to see the frame a different colour? Because with white you can guarantee it's going to end up dirty. With the resin lolly, absolutely, I can show you how I did it. Absolutely. I did make some more ones watercolour. They do come out matte and you have to make them shiny after, because I just use a lolly mould. But that's that one. That's what it looked like before. And then this one's got glitter in. And it's very watermelon. It's like a watermelon pink with the green. And yeah, I could absolutely do a demo. It is super easy. But I was talking to Donna earlier and she says she's seen them in frames and things. I thought this was my idea. I'd seen a melted ice cream upside down in a frame and I went, oh my gosh, lollies. She's seen them selling for £45, like for one night. It's insane. But obviously I wouldn't sell them for £45. That's nuts. So yes, I have messages to reply to as well. I have not forgot. I will get back to them eventually. Actually, I probably have forgot. I'll probably get back to them tomorrow. But I have, right, for these, you don't have to use the Pantone colours or the colours that they give you. I give you. I don't know who they are. But I have picked up some sunshiny colours. Nice, warm colours. So I have got a white. I also picked up the bronze copper because that is... But I'm thinking, because it said sunset golden hour, I'm going to go with a clock theme. I have a golden clock face. I have the colours. And I also have some foliage. Like, we'll get there. We'll get there. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off at the bottom. Actually, I did get some sponges today. I've been out with a Grump. And these car sponges, they're like £1. And you can cut them up and use them once and chuck them away because they're cheap as chips and you get loads of little sponges out of them. So I was looking for a little circle sponge, couldn't find one. So what I might do is, scissor claws to get them. I might chop this one in half again. And then I'm going to use this because it's the flat side and just make, because I'm not looking for anything to be perfect. Probably don't want it to. We're going to end up with a hexagon at this rate. This is nowhere near a circle. Hang on, Emma. So this one here will be put to one side for later. Where there's a will, there's a way. Come on, Emma, honey. That is not a circle in any way, shape or form. Let's chop them bits off. Right. Now, I'm not looking to be perfect, but I do not want a hexagon. Or an octagon. Right. So, there we go. That'll do. That is near enough a circle. And we've got to squish it down anyway. Now, these are dressmaking scissors, and I need to be careful not to lose a hand or a finger. And then cut some sponges down, put them to one side because I will use them. So I'm thinking we'll just chop them down, then I can use them. Right. So I've got them. We're going to start off with this. This is actually called Light Portrait Pink. So I'm thinking a little bit of that, or quite a lot of that. And then if we go into not gold, I'll end up losing the shimmer of the gold behind it. Or if we're going to quinacridone nickel, I love this colour. It's very much like quinacridone gold from Decoart. I think they actually stopped making the colour as well. That has got a hay. Oh, it'll be a brush hay. There it is, girl. Get off. And then I'm thinking if we go into orange, quite a bit of orange because I do like the warm, and then into red, and then we can add white in places so it does whatever. Tell me how you are. Tell me if you've had a nice week. Tell me. I am reading back quickly. I don't think I've missed anything, but if I have, do give us a shout. So what we're going to do with this, it might need 2 coats, but I'm hoping because it's quite thick that I can just dry it And I'll do the bottom as well. I might do the outside in a different colour completely, but and we'll see this all right. I lifted it up off the desk so I didn't shake everybody's eyeballs out as I was doing it. Yeah, we'll just join the sides in, and then we'll go with the orange and blend it in as well. Again, we're going to add some lighter spots. That's a lot of orange. In fact, we'll go inside with it. And we'll go in with the red. Because the camera is attached to the desk, if I did this, literally everybody's eyeballs would be everywhere. There we go. Now that is summer on a clock. Super easy. Probably a little bit too thick, but actually I'm just going to go down with this and spread it out. Yeah, it hasn't mucked up the colour too much, and I didn't really want that really light portrait pink. I wanted it to be this salmon colour. If you do look up the Pantone colours, what I can do is, if you're I keep forgetting to put the form up. It is on the posts page, the whole thing. You just have to scroll down, but I will try and remember to put it up again, because it's got all the Pantone colours on as well. And I went through the whole colour chart of the Pantone to find colours that matched it. A lot of thought went into this year. And next year, I think possibly, I might have an idea. But if anybody else has any ideas that I could maybe use to go with it, if you would like to see a change in anything or anything new, or if you would like to shake it up a little bit, or in fact, after the video, tell us what you like about it, and if you've enjoyed it, and if you would like to join in again next year, or if you haven't joined in this year but you would like to, then just tell me what you would like to see. If you've been just watching and thinking, oh, I'd like that, but you haven't joined in, I would like to know why, and if there's any way I could change it to help you join in. I have got a Facebook group as well. It is Emma's Happy Place Arts and Crafts, where you can post your pictures if you want to. Obviously, you don't have to if you don't want to. Not everybody's as confident, but it's lovely to see what goes on in there. Oh, lovely, Dominic. That sounds fabulous. Has anybody been getting crafty? Right, I'm going to put this on in case you've got headphones in. And it's still in one bit. It's not even too dirty yet. So yes, Grump took me out today. We were going to go to a car boot sale, but it rained, so that didn't happen. But then we went to B&Q, and then we went to a couple of other places with the girls, so we couldn't really go far. And then we went to the range, and the range had the Halloween stuff in. Oh my gosh, I'm so pleased I'm not the only person that's thinking about Halloween. I am so excited. I love Halloween crafts. I know it's not up everybody's street, but I love making those ghosts. I love making Halloween lights. I just love Halloween. If you just, I wonder where we were going with definitely never too late to start. Yeah, it's not very different in the colours, so I'm thinking we could do with probably a lot more white than I thought, but I would like to mix the white with a yellow maybe to make it brighter, more colourful. And I quite like the texture of it as well, because the resin really wasn't good on this. It was all, it just wasn't right. I hated it, and I thought rather than waste the resin, why not turn it into something that I would use. Oh, there's a little bit of plastic in the side of there, which is melting. Oh, Now my top's melting as well because I've just pointed that at it. Oh, it really was melting, dear me. I had writing on, says, let me sleep. The pea's a little bit crumpled up. Nearly set myself on fire. Right, is this touch dry? It will need probably a good while to dry properly. Maybe it's a good 48 hours. Probably longer to like totally pure with the what we're going over the top of. But I'm quite happy with it. So I'm going to get some white and this yellow. And then yellow, and I think I might use this white because I think it's possibly less opaque. And then I'm going to take the end of this and just mix it together. It's possibly still too yellow. Maybe I will add a little bit of this white. Where's it gone? Where did it go? It was right, there it is. So white I couldn't see it. You love the look of it, do you? I'm so pleased. What's going on with... Oh, it was coming, Emma. Honestly. I love these nozzles that Liquitex do to go on top of the paint. You've got to buy them separate though, which is annoying. But I do love them. And I've had these paints yonks. I was keeping them for good, you know what I mean? Like keeping them just for certain things. But you know what happens when you keep stuff for good? It never gets used and it dries up. So I'm now using them. I am getting over that. I'll keep that for good. I'll keep this and that for good. Right. Where's me circle, non-circle? So what I'm going to do is get rid of that bit on the edge that I've just dumped in it. Still think it should be whiter, but we're going to go with it no matter what. And what I'm going to do is just not quite what I had in mind. No. Bear with, it's not white enough. I don't like it. I am going to, I'll leave that one there. And then I'm going to get as much of that off as possible. I'm just going to go with white. And then whatever's on the sponge left, it'll come up. With a hint of white, yellow. So, a little bit of white. And we'll just go over that one. That's better. And then it's not working quite how I pictured it, but it's fine. We'll work with it. And we can easily go over. In fact, I know it'll be fine once I do what I plan to do. Sorry, I'm shaking your eyeballs everywhere. And then we'll go over onto the corner a smidge just to take the design over, because with clocks you can't see the side. Oh, that must be Christopher in here. Or if it's not Christopher, it's somebody being extremely loud outside. I think, unless I can get like a ghost of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that'll do. 7. And I want to dry it again. And then hopefully we can get some stamping on there and it will look how I thought it would look in my head. If it doesn't, then I will just paint over it and do it again, and it's not the end of the world. But it's not quite how I thought it would look. But we'll see what happens. Oh, see, that's the kind of gifts I like. Masking tape, glue, washing line. I actually got excited about a washing line. Did everybody see the picture of what a certain little black puppy did to my quilt this weekend? So my fault, literally. I bought a bigger quilt a while back and I only had one quilt cover that fits it. So I was taking it off, washing it, drying it, putting it straight back on, which is fine until I forgot that my dogs, all of them, past dogs as well, seem to have this thing for foam, and so it must be a certain type of stuffing because they've done it to their beds when it's had it in, and now my bed. So it had no cover on, that was on the line, and I hadn't shut the bedroom door. I went up, right, Christopher shouted, "Mom!" I was like, right, just what? He said, "I think you need to come upstairs." And I was like, oh no, what's happened? I went up and it looked like it had been snowing in the bedroom. There was a very impressed with herself looking Bella in the monster door. Luna, who had been downstairs to me, did a hop, skip and jump into the middle of the bed like it was Christmas, wanting to play. And I did the whole, no, what have you done? But you know what it is? I couldn't even help but smile at them. I mean, it's the first thing that they've ever ruined completely, apart from Luna sort of teethed on one of the drawer knobs, which I'm going to decorate then anyway. So, but yeah, I mean, Bella's like ate socks and her toys and things like that in her beds, but she's not actually ruined anything in the house till now. But I couldn't, honestly, I couldn't even tell her off. I was just like, oh, what has she done? So what I'm thinking is now, I'm not overly keen. Not at all. What does it need? I maybe shouldn't have added the spots. Anyway, we're going to keep going. We'll see what happens. So I've got these stamps. They are just basically foliage and we're going to do them like silhouettes. So I will grab a couple of poofy looking ones. And the black stays on because I want it to stay on. So of course I'm thinking time, time and warmth, but I'm also thinking wildflowers in the summer, and I'm not putting it on a block because I'm not. I'm thinking this one can go on there. If they're wrong, I'm honestly not. If they're not stamped perfect, I'm planning on adding quite a few that honestly won't matter. And you can get silhouette stamps from pretty much any company you want to look at. A silhouette stamp, like one of these style of flower things, loads of people do them. You've probably got loads of them in your stash if you would like to recreate this in any way. So did she come? Ah! It's antiques time, we'll catch it. No problem at all, Jane. Jane, I'll send you what this puppy did. Honestly, I couldn't tell her off. I want to have some more of that there. Oh, and again, I'm honestly not too worried if I've got to keep lifting them up and moving them. I'm just after loads of silhouettes. Now, this is what I quite like about this as well. There's no real plan until I start, and if it does go wrong, then it's really not the end of the world. There is always a way to fix it, or just paint over it and do it again. And whilst I understand it's frustrating, but you really don't use that much stuff to paint with, and as long as you enjoy the process, then I think that's all that matters. I'm so sorry, I'm shaking the life out of you. I still need to find somewhere else for the camera to go. But with the stand I've got, it doesn't go anywhere else but where it is. So until I save up for an all singing, all dancing stand where you're stuck with a rattly one, I'm afraid. Haha. Honestly, they're so cheeky, and I couldn't. She looked like she's had such a lovely time. There was no way I was like gonna make her feel bad. I don't think she'll do it again. She knew. I mean, she did know. Her ears went back and everything when she. I mean, she must have heard the. But I mean, my sister, she would have had an absolute meltdown about it. Mary, Sarah probably wouldn't have been pleased. My mum would have been like, "Oh no, I don't know." But I've never been one to stress about stuff like that. Like even the kids, like my mum be like, "Oh no, toys and stuff everywhere." I think I've said about Christopher getting a pair of scissors, and he wanted to see what they could cut. And I mean, for years I was finding like little V's out of stuff, the curtains, his bedspread, and it just never ever fazed us. I would have done exactly the same. And I mean, once my mum was like, "Oh no," she said, "Wait, to be fair, you would have done the same." And I remember crushing her makeup up to make potions with and paints. I was crushing the eyeshadows. And I'm still very much the same now. It's all about creativity. Daniel went through a stage of drawing little people, you know, where the legs come out of the head and the arms come out the ears. And I found it where he'd done it behind the door. And it was about that big. And I left it. I could not bring myself to cover it up. It was the cutest thing I've ever seen. None of them ever done anything like worse than that. Like they didn't scribble all over the walls. You know how you see some videos and it's like, oh my gosh. But he obviously knew it was wrong what he was doing. He'd hid it behind the door. Oh, I don't hate this anymore. What are we thinking? I cried to bits. It was only a couple of weeks. Oh, Kim. I think I would cry if it was my sofa, mind. I think I would cry if it was my sofa. But a bedspread. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you were already emotional anyway, Kim, so I would imagine absolutely. Right, I do not hate this completely. What are we thinking? Oh, I've got some little leaves here. Let's get some of them in and around. Do you think I need to colour the bits in of the flowers? I know I'm saying silhouettes, but I'm thinking now I might leave that up there and just add in. Do you know what, to separate it out a bit? Do you think I need to colour? I don't hate it. I'm not hating it. Here, I am going to add this bit in to hide the bit there that was missing. And I will just... I can use this one to go around any bits that need a little bit of foliage creeping out. What are we thinking? I think... Yeah, it was... Do you know what it is? Them round circles. What was in my head that was supposed to be more transparent and just a hint, but obviously I changed my mind with the white, didn't I? So we'll stick with this, but I think we can fix those white bits by saying this is about light, and they are the lighter spots, they are sunspots, and that's what I'm going with. I didn't cock up. See, Dominique, honestly, after I cut all the Barbie's hair, Girls World, the one that's hair grew, I cut her hair, was devastated when it didn't grow back. Barbie's had the most amazing haircuts. Mum was a hairdresser though. I turned out to be a hairdresser. That was my first life as a job. Yeah, I do not hate that at all. I think we can do stuff with this. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a black, this one, and I am going to outline it, and then I'm going to paint the edges black. I think I was going to do, I mean, look at that. That's changed it already, hasn't it? Completely. Just bring it up a little bit here, and that hides any extra overstamping I've done. See, bring it back. It's always about it. And if you can't think of what to do to fix it or improve it or whatever, then walk away and come back to it. Now I'm thinking, because we're sticking with the warm tones and things, and we can always go over it. What colour is that going to be? It's really light. We can always go back over it with black and totally silhouette them out. But I'm just thinking in the corner here, just some. Maybe shouldn't have done that. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'm not hating that completely. And then we've got, I can't even see that for the light. Because we are going with the golden hour, think of lights, think of stuff like that. I am thinking, and I'm still using the Sharpie acrylic markers. We've got a yellow, we had a yellow. I'm thinking, I need to lift it up, I can't see. Just, we're not going to go wild. In fact, I'm totally lying, we are going to totally go wild, aren't we? I said silhouettes and now I'm adding colour. A plan never stays the same. What's it looking like? I love our little crafty group. I really do. The people that turn up every week or come back and have a bit chit chat, or I even get messages saying like, I'd love to catch you live but and join in with the chitter chatter, because I mean it must be hard listening to me waffle and talking to people afterwards, but it's easy to make a video. I did start making a video and I don't think I've ever, I think I forgot and stopped doing it halfway through. What I was thinking, a few little flowers and things. What about these big flowers? What do you think? Do you think we should go pink? Because I am now adding in a lot more. I think we should go pink. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this after. I suppose I could do a giveaway, couldn't I? Would anybody be interested? Or would nobody enter because they don't want it? Oh, we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. I might not want anybody to get it. I might hate it. It might end up getting painted over again. So I do have a pink here. You loving it? Yeah, it's do you know what? I know you do. The people, like people who come in and watch after, they must be thinking, what is she talking about? I am going pink. And these ones are Faber-Castell creative markers. And this one is hot magenta, which is a very warm colour. So it fits in with the theme. So I'm trying not to do it too neat and perfect, but I'm still thinking maybe if we added bling round to it, but then I'm thinking no, and then I thought lights, but now I'm thinking it'll probably look gory under the lights with it being bright. I might totally redo it. If I do decide to redo it, I will absolutely film it in a video and then we can see where it went. This one is pink as well. Obviously, I wouldn't make you sit through it again live, but I could put it on a video on a sped up version of it. And then you can see how I changed it. I'm loving the texture though. Very much so. I don't hate that at all, you know. I don't hate that at all at all. I hated it as soon as I put them yellow dots on. And I thought about just repainting it then, but I wanted to see how it would look with the stamping over the top. And then I thought if I still hate it, I could always paint over it. But no, I don't hate it. I don't know if I'm trying to convince myself or use, but so I'm leaving some of the yellow in. But I really don't think I hate it. do you think you get the? Do you think I'm literally trying to convince myself? I am gonna pop a little bit of blue because these are blue, but that is green, Emma. That's not a blue. Eyes. I'm thinking a little bit of, because I think these are bluebells. Just a smidge. There's Christopher, and here I'm moving. He's got the loudest bed in the world. It sounds like he's going to come through the ceiling every time he moves. It needs tightened up, but every time I go in his bedroom, I twist about the mess. So now I'm not allowed in his bedroom. Just fair enough. I don't want to see it, and I don't want to have to tell him off every time I go in, so I just don't go in. And then I told him to tighten it up. I think his head would explode. Asking him to do anything other than get out of bed sometimes is hard work for him. Right, I am going to go in with just a smidge of green. It is a bright green, but we're sticking, it's a warm green. And I just want to add just a little bit. And these are lavender, I think, so we could go in with lilac shades and just add a little bit. Yeah, I don't think I hate it still. I don't think it's the most favourite thing I've ever made. Because if I'd thought about this, I could have went to town and added different layers of things. But from where it was with the spots, I am not disappointed with how it's turned out. And I'll probably sit with it until tomorrow or Wednesday or something and keep a looking at it and see if I do decide I can't live with it like this. Then I will paint over it. But I also might not. I may come back down tomorrow morning and think I absolutely love that. That is staying forever and ever and ever. Right, so this is lavender, and I'm just thinking just tiny bits. I do need a lighter paler purple, but you know, I'm not convinced yet, but we'll see. I'll sit with it. That's what I tend to do when I do something straight away and I'm like, I sit with it a little while. I'll pop it somewhere where I can look at it, and something will either crop into my head to make it better, or I'll just redo it. Like I say, it's not the end of the world to redo it. And I've sat with this clock now for, when did I make the clocks? The resin clocks? It was a while ago. I've sat with it now for that long, just propped up so when I looked a certain way, that it would be there. Eventually, I always think of something to do. And if all else fails, I'll just get the molds out and I'll just completely change something. I'm going to stop, and I'm going to find a white with a fine nib. And I'm going to add some of these lights and darks and shadows in places. And on here, you know, could just... Is anybody else convinced that they like it? Like, really like it? I know, Val, you like it. But do you still like it now I've done all this to it? Or did you prefer it beforehand? Yeah, I didn't actually think when I'd convinced myself I was going to do silhouettes that I would actually end up with a silhouette. Because that would just be too simple for us. That would just... Somehow I had to get pink in there, didn't I, really? Somehow. I was never not going to end up with pink in it, basically. Right, if I stop there, that's it. Don't hate it. Let's get the clock face. I'm not going to put it in properly yet with the hooks, but okay, yeah, I like that. I am not hating that at all. I'm looking at it through the camera. Yeah, it is looking much better, isn't it? The sides I will do black so they're not that weird colour, and I will possibly leave it as is because I do not hate it at all, and I love it with the clock in now. Yeah, I mean, look, that would brighten anybody's fireplace up, wouldn't it? And then if you do want to recreate it, have a go at it. See, like, you could absolutely... Did you just like it with the black stamping? See, you could actually recreate it yourself and stop where you would like to stop, and then show us, and then I'll paint over this and do that. Yeah, I don't actually hate this at all, and I think it's going to go on my mantelpiece. I'm so sorry, but I haven't got a clock in there, and that is very, very, very much me. But I will make anybody a clock who would like one. Also, speaking of light, I did these in clay, and I thought, because obviously the themes that we've got going on, how cool do they look? I have no idea how I did it. I was just faffing. But don't they look like light and the warm tones as well? I know I've got the blue in, but how flippin' cool are they? So, yeah, I'm over the moon with them. I'm going to stop. I like that. I'm going to fix the clock in after I've varnished it, so it's going to be tough. So if Kerma come over and decide to pick the edge, it will not come off. I finish off. I might add a little bit more colour in so we've got depth. But I think that is it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I might just keep going. So with that, please do play along with Colour Your World. Please pop any makes that you do into the Facebook group if you feel comfortable enough to do that. Or you can always send us them in a private message on Facebook, or I can give you my WhatsApp if you just send us a message on here or somewhere else, or email. I don't know. I'd love to see what you make. I really would. On the website, emmashappyplace.co.uk, I think there's a spot on there where you can actually send us a message, so we can see them through that way. Do it email way. That's probably safer, isn't it, than just offering a number to everybody. But I mean, not use lot are fine. I know what I use lot. But strangers, no, I don't quite know yet. Friends to be, we'll call them. But yeah, I love that. I even love the gold, which will go in my room because I've got a gold fire thingy. I'm not keen on gold, full stop, but there we go. Come back, leave us a thumbs up. Tell us, I can't remember the first question. Oh, the frame for this. Would you change the colour of the frame? Would it be anything different? Come back, send us a message send us a comment, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, all that jazz, and I will see you on Tuesday, and we will do something. There was a plan in my head before I started this for Tuesday, but we'll see what happens. Have a lovely Monday. I hope the storm goes away and it just stays sunny, because summer is fabulous, and I will see you all very soon. Thank you. Bye.